What's up, everyone? Here is another Wi-Fi battle. This is a random matchup battle. I actually lose this one, and I use an all-steel type team, which I finally finished. I've been working on it, but I don't know if I'm going to keep using it. I might use it sometimes. Okay, so I start off with my Skarmory, and he starts off with his Lantern. I know I'm going to be mincemeat if I stay in, if mincemeat is appropriate for a word to use there. He uses Thunderbolt, but my Registeel has amazing special defense, so he takes that real well, and it barely does anything. So he switches out here knowing he cannot touch me. He switches into his Poliwrath, which has an air balloon. I don't know why. I think it's probably so he can switch in on Lantern if we're going for Earthquake. Whatever. So he Encore'd me into Amnesia. Totally fine with me, because it turns out this guy's a special attacker. And get back more health with leftovers. Uses Hydro Pump, and that barely does anything. I get another Amnesia because I'm Encore'd, and I have no choice, and I'd rather stay in than lose all my stat boost. Uses Vacuum Wave, I don't know why. It barely does anything. My special defense won't go any higher, but I'm still stuck in the Encore. He Encore's me again. I think he's trying to get me to switch out, but I decide to stay in. So he starts to get frustrated, so he switches out into his Nidoqueen, which also happens to be a special attacker. And he uses Earth Power, which is super effective and stab, but it barely does anything either. So yeah, my Registeel is a total butt kicker. My Encore ended, so that's good. He keeps using Earth Power because he can't, I don't know, I guess it's just his best option. I use Curse here so that my one attacking move can be better. And well, Registeel isn't really, it doesn't have notable attack, so yeah. Uses Earth Power, and that doesn't really do much. Doing about 1/16 or something every turn because I keep getting restored with leftovers. So they just decide that eventually I'm gonna get knocked out. I use Return again, and that doesn't really do much. It's being really slow with damage so far this battle. Uses Earth Power again. This is getting really stally, I guess you could say. I use Return again, and I think this is a critical hit. Yeah, critical hit, but surprisingly, he lives. I'm like, that is the cheatest thing ever. Now, I probably could have stayed in here and knocked out Nidoqueen, but I don't know, I felt like being cool and avoiding his Earth Power. I start to set up some spikes in case he wants to switch out, because I thought he was choiced, but actually he was just trying to use super effective moves. So he uses a Fire Blast, and that almost takes me out, but I have Sturdy, so I can get a free living right there, and I use Return to finish him off. So now he sends out his Lantern again, hurts by spikes. I use Return because I know I'd rather have Skarmory just get knocked out here. He uses Hidden Power. I don't know. I guess he thought I would switch out. Well, I guess it's a fire type Hidden Power. It might be electric. I do not know. So I send out my Lucario here, which is my last Pokemon. Use Aura Sphere. Well, you know, my last Pokemon, as in the last Pokemon I have in my party, not as in the last one alive. So he uses Thunderbolt, which I think is going to take me out, but I have Focus Sash, so it didn't really matter. I use Aura Sphere just because it's a stab move, and it's really good. So now he sends out his Poliwrath. He uses Vacuum Wave, which I totally forgot he had. So I'm like, oh, dang it. And a critical hit, too. I don't know if I would have lived it. I probably still would have lost, but whatever. Okay, he sends out his Registeel, uses Hydro Pump. I send out my Registeel, and he uses Hydro Pump. I use Amnesia to boost my special defense, hoping to be able to live the next move. But I haven't touched it at all, so it still has his air balloon, and that kept me from getting hurt by spikes. He uses Hydro Pump again, and I was just kept hoping that the accuracy would mess him up, but no luck. And my return is not doing anything, so I just knew I was going to lose here. So I just used Amnesia again, thinking that maybe after leftovers I would live, and then it would just become this endless cycle of me healing up, but nope. His last Hydro Pump hits me, takes me out, and I lose. It was a really good match, so yeah, I think it was good, and that's why I decided to record it. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next battle.